I never thought I'd go viral. Hashtag Wednesday started like clockwork 5:30 a.m. Wake up, a 3-mile run through Riverside Park shower, and my usual Sioux Navy crisp white shirt, burgundy tie. I'm that predictable Marcus Tate. 34 senior financial analyst at Horizon Capital. 8 years in always beating targets. My one-bedroom loft on Cedar Lane, filled with vintage furniture I restore, was my sanctuary. Until that day shattered everything. I'm a black man willing to venture into using an ATM, and it let loose a storm I never anticipated at 7:15 a.m. I drove into Liberty Bank's parking lot on Maple Avenue, a quick visit for $300 cash for my niece's birthday. A cash-only robot at a neighborhood store. The ATM vestibule was vacant, the May heat already in ascending. I inserted my PIN, the machine humming when a voice barked, "What do you think you're doing?" I turned to see a mid-50s blonde bob, perfect in a lavender shirt, and immaculate slacks, arms crossed, eyes accusatory. "Using the ATM," I explained, taking my money. She stepped in tightly, clutching her designer purse. "This is a private bank, members only." I suppressed the smile. "It's Liberty Bank, not a club. I've been a customer for 9 years. Her face read, "You look suspicious withdrawing money this early." "Unreal, it's $300 and I'm wearing a suit." "Going to work," she whipped out her phone. "I'm calling security, you don't belong here." "Ma'am, there's no need, don't tell me what to do," she snapped. "I know what I see." A 6'1" black man in a suit was a threat. The weight of these moments, ordinary acts twisted by my skin color, settled in. "I'm calling the police," she declared, dialing. "This is unnecessary," I urged, voice steady, despite my rising pulse. "Hello, police, suspicious activity at Liberty Bank on Maple. A man's withdrawing money, being aggressive." The lie struck like a slap. "I'm not aggressive," I told her. She stepped back, finding fear. "He's coming towards me, hurry." My heart pounded. This was now dangerous. I knew how cops would interpret this. "I'll wait here," I said, sitting on a bench, hands visible. She observed, phone to ear. Smug. "I call my office. Lisa, it's Marcus. I'll be late." "Tissue at the bank. Need assistance?" she inquired. "No, just a misunderstanding. Police are arriving." A cruiser pulled up. No sirens. Intentional officer Daniel Sullivan. Tall crew cut sunglasses covering his eyes. Hand on holster, walked up to the woman, later identified as Karen Sullivan, rushed him. "Officer Sullivan." Thank God this man was aggressive first. A name basis. My stomach dropped, "Sir." "Stand slowly, hands visible." Sullivan commanded. I obeyed, "Officer." I was at the ATM when she accused me of suspicious behavior. He ignored me. I handed over my license from the bench. He checked, reading. "Marcus Tate," Karen interrupted. "He's lying. I've never seen him here." Sullivan shut her up, but it was feel performative. "What brings you here?" he asked. "Withdrawing cash for a gift. I'm a customer." "He's not." Karen snorted. Another cruiser pulled up. Officer Ryan Carter, younger, fidgety, asked everything. "All right?" Sarge Sullivan waved, sorting it out. Mrs. Sullivan's worried. Karen said he was sitting across from the bank in his car. A bald-faced lie. "That's not true." I went straight to the ATM. Sullivan took off his sunglasses. Eyes cold. "You calling my wife a liar?" "Wife?" The word was a punch to the gut. This wasn't random. It was a setup. "Your wife?" I repeated. Karen smirked. Karen Sullivan, professional, married to Sergeant Sullivan. The stakes shot up through the roof. "I'm just a customer." I insisted. Sullivan loomed larger. "We take suspicious activities." "Seriously. Early cash withdrawals, available drug transactions. Outrageous. It costs $300 to be a gift officer." Carter moved. Sarge. "Perhaps we look into his bank accounts." Sullivan dismissed him. Turnaround, hands behind the back. Am I arrested, detained for fraud investigation? Handcuffs bit my wrists as commuters gawked, phone filming, humiliation burned. But those cameras were my lifeline. A bank teller, Clarangwin, shouted, "That's Mr. Tate, a regular." Sullivan waved her off, pushing me into the cruiser. The ride to Riverside Precinct was tight. Sullivan quiet, glancing in the mirror at me. I committed every detail to memory for my brother Darius. Tate, a civil rights attorney who'd never lost a police abuse case at the station. Sullivan escorted me through the lobby, eyes trailing in a sterile processing. Our room. He uncuffed me. "Sign this," he said, pushing over a form labeling me suspicious. Not without a lawyer, I declined. His jaw locked. "Who are you calling?" "My brother, a lawyer." A flicker of uncertainty crossed his face. "Wait here." Captain Elena Torres walked in peaceful but authoritative. "Mr. Tate, tell me about this morning." I relayed Karen's lies and Sullivan's bias. "It's harassment racially motivated." Sullivan snorted. "Always the race card." Torres cut him off. "We've got the bank footage. You're a customer." "No issues. Call your brother." I called Darius. "I'm detained at Riverside." "Need you 20 minutes, he snarled. "Say nothing." Torres led me to a waiting room. Sullivan argued with another officer waving at me. Darius came in 6 feet 3 inches in a fitted suit, commanding the lobby. "I'm Julian Tate for Marcus." "Tate unlawfully detained." Torres met him, explaining. Darius asked why was he cuffed for withdrawing an ATM in a private room. I explained everything Sullivan had enjoyed. The authority I pointed personal and racial Torres summoned us to her office. With Lieutenant Sofia Vega from Internal Affairs. Bank footage indicates no aggression from Mr. Tate. Vega said, playing the clip, Karen's dishonesty and Sullivan's bias were inescapable. "I'm calling for an investigation of Sullivan." Vegas said Darius bullied. Marcus was arrested for being black. Skipping work, cuffed tightly. "We're filing complaints, Department DOJ, in a lawsuit against both Sullivans." Sullivan exploded. "You people always cry race." Darius seized. "You've bolstered our case." Vega suspended Sullivan, taking his badge outside. Relief reached, but the battle was far from over. My phone blew up. Videos of my arrest were viral banking, while black trending. Darius set up a war room in my loft building. A case. Karen was suspended from her school job. The police put out a vague statement. Mayor Alvarez promised calling transparency, but Darius taped it skeptical. The police union made a weak settlement apology, training $50,000. Not enough. I said. Darius demanded Sullivan's termination. Karen's charges, body cameras, and a civilian review board. Clara showed video of Karen stalking me. Premium texting. Sullivan, black guy, handle it. Premeditated. Darius added conspiracy charges. Rallies erupted. My firm supported me, but clients winced. Nightmares haunt McCuff's cruisers. Karen's deceptions therapist, Dr. Nia Clark, assisted to dissect my trauma. A lifetime of microaggressions. Emergent. Vega disclosed Sullivan's past 5 years of minority targeting. Covered-up text messages indicated 3 previous bank cases. Karen calling Sullivan to threaten. "You're not the first," Vegas expressed, "but perhaps the last charges struck." Conspiracy, false reports, misconduct. Headlines, shouted cop wife charged in profiling scheme. Karen and Sullivan laid down their mug. Broke your tears. His scowl everywhere. Public opinion divided. Outrage versus cancel culture screams. I gave one interview emphasizing systemic reform. The department settled compensation cameras, training, and strong oversight board. Karen's trial was 6 months later in a crowded courtroom. Judge Clara Hensley presided. Prosecutor Lena Carter laid bare Karen's deception texts and pattern bank employees. Vega and I testified. Karen claimed fear from bank robberies. None existed. Guilty on all counts. False report, conspiracy, harassment. She received 3 years probation, 500 hours service, barred from education. Sullivan's trial came after earning 18 months in prison. Reforms took hold. Cameras, dispatch rules, bias training. I left finance, founding the Justice Alliance with settlement funds, helping profiling victims. A year later at City Hall, I spoke to the new oversight committee. Darius, advising Chief Vega, leading accountability must be the rule, I told Sunlight. Bathing the chamber post verdict, we had dinner. Darius presenting a scales-engraved money clip. A student, Jamal Carter, thanked me. Sparking hope, trauma lingered. Cruiser-induced panic, cuff nightmares. But Dr. Clark guided my healing. Karen's prejudice sparked change. Exposing a system's flaws, my fight wasn't just for might. It was for Jamal, for unheard voices.